Welcome to the Layout 8000 video training series. During this video, we will be showing an overview of how PaperCheckAdBoss works. PaperCheckAdBoss, or PCAB for short, is a module that gathers all the data that might be involved in paper checking and presents it in a graphical form that communicates the verification issues at a glance. PCAB can check each major step of the production process, from order entry to ad makeup, ad dummying, and finally pagination. Once you launch PaperCheckAdBoss, you will see a listing of all your products you can currently select. PCAB, or PaperCheckAdBoss, can detect up to 16 kinds of discrepancies in 5 categories. An example of the discrepancy codes, I'm bringing up this PDF right here. You have missing discrepancies, zone and page discrepancies, position discrepancies, size discrepancies, and other discrepancies. Okay, first, to check what the discrepancy is, I double click on the ad. Or you can look at the list item where if you know what the discrepancy code means. In this case it's 2 different codes, one D and one P. So I'm going to double click on this ad, Therasage. And here down towards the bottom, after all the ad information coming from the front end system, is a field called disc codes or discrepancy codes. And there's a D and a P in here. If you want to see what the discrepancy code is, just click the arrow next to the discrepancy code field. This will show what each of the codes means. So D means missing from the dummied product, and P means missing from the paginated product. Undoubtedly, this ad will probably require a billing adjustment. To see which ones have discrepancies or problems, you can see that they're highlighted in red. As I go down this list, you'll see that when it turns over to green, that means those ads are okay. So I'm going to click on Joe's Eggs Up Grill, which is a discrepancy code of C. I double click on that, click on the discrepancy code arrow, and you'll see that C means the image file should be color, but is not, or vice versa. That means it could be color or it could not be color. In this case, if I look at the item info, I see that the ad is ordered red. So obviously it's supposed to be color from the front end system. If I want to view that image, I can click the view item here, and I can bring up that actual image preview. And the image preview shows that it was built as black and white. So obviously this ad will likely require a billing adjustment as well, because it was booked as color, or billed as color, and built as black and white. Next is Casa Italia. This has a discrepancy code of G. When I click the discrepancy down here, G stands for appears only on different page of the zone in the dummied or paginated product. I want to check, so it says right here page 14 and page 10. So the first field means that this is where it was dummied, and the second field means that's where it was paginated. And to double check, I like to use the feature in PCAB called print pairs. If I click print pairs and I put in my 10, 14, I want to preview these page pairs. So I want to preview page 10 as it was in the dummy and compare it to the paginated page. Okay, here I can see that on page 10, on the left hand side here, you can see how the ads were dummied. The ads were dummied on page 10. I do not see my Casa Italia, but on the paginated page, which is on the right hand side, I can see that it is on page 10 of the paginated page. If I go to page 14, I can see that Casa Italia was originally on the dummy and layout, but it didn't end up on page 14 in the printed product. Inversely, Indian Springs ad was paginated on a different page from what it was dummied, and basically it's the exact reverse of the previous ad we went over. So if I double click on Indian Springs, it says that on page 10 it was dummied, and on page 14 it was paginated. And it has the same discrepancy code we just went over. It appears only on different page of zone and dummied or paginated product. Okay. And if I want to view that page, paginated page, I can click the View Paginated icon at the top of the screen. Here I can see that the Indian Springs ad is definitely at the bottom left-hand corner of this page. Okay. Finally, we come down to the Civic little theater ad. Double-clicking on that and checking the discrepancy code shows that it's missing from the ordered product, which means that this ad didn't originally come from the front-end system, but it was added as a late ad in your layout program. The last item I wanted to cover in this PaperCheckAdBoss overview is the print report. If you wanted to print a report of your actual discrepancy list here from PCAB, click the Print Report button at the top of the screen. And if I view that report, once I bring up the report, you can see that it has the product information at the top of the report, followed by the discrepancy information in bold with the codes, and then all the regular ads that do not have any issues in plain text. And that's your print report. This has been a quick overview of identifying discrepancies in PaperCheckAdBoss. Until next time, this is SCS signing off. Have a good one.